Hello and welcome. So I'm going to take a look at the Times Quick Cryptic crossword, and this is being published on Tuesday the 1st of July 2025. Happy July to you all. So the setter today is Dangle, and my brain went, oh, this is one of the tough setters, and indeed it is. Dangle, look back at my records, we've only had 4 puzzles from Dangle so far, and the fastest is 18 minutes, then a 20, 21, 23, which I failed with kind of bunged in answer at the end. I was struggling. So yeah, 18 to 23 minutes so far. I can't remember why they're tough, but they are. I'm not sure there's anything else to say really, other than I'm just going to dig in and crack on and get on with it. Person explaining underground conservative state. Left breadwinner for student. Well, that's easy. That is a learner. That's an old chestnut. Very legal petition. So, very legal petition. So, petition. Make it less bright on reflection. Make it lacking courage. Make it less bright is dimmer. Dimer. Dim. On reflection. Dim no. Okay. When to purchase delicious buffet, i.e. pastries. Where to purchase, sorry. Delicious buffet, i.e. pastries. I mean, are we looking at some kind of... Feels like it should be an anagram there, but there's too many letters. Circle in iron border. Circle would be to... Iron would be FE. Fence. F is iron. Inf. Leave that like that. I'm not sure it's right, but leader of union aboard public transport getting a shock. Trauma. Okay. Tram is the word I was looking for. Ninth bloke failing, badly failing. In the. What have I got? In the Blanc. What does Blanc? Doesn't make sense. Clob. On the. In the blink. On the blink. There we are. There we are. On the blink. There we go. Endless shortage of water is harsh. Rish. Irish. Just have a look see if there's a terse. Shortage of water is harsh. Flood. Drought. Rough. Endless. Yeah, rough I think. I think a drought. Yeah, both ends lost of drought. Official waste abandoned next to road. Official waste abandoned. So that's just an anagram, isn't it? That's a steward. Oh, I'm trying to spell that correctly. Steward. Notices Tony Arthur. God, there's an old name. I don't even know who Tony Arthur is actually. Entertaining country. It must be a hidden word, mustn't it? Stony. Estonia, there we are. I knew that. Pretty good. I distribute cards. Perfect. Ideal. Okay, well that's gone okay, I'd say. The bottom half of that, definitely. Price of lettuce with trolley's face attached. Cost lettuce with a T, yep. Glenn's manservant taking time off. Manservant is a page. Glen is a little kind of wooded place, isn't it? Manservant is a page. Messing with my headphones a bit. Can't think what manservant is then. The shape of football pitch in playing field, introducing confusion. Whew, the shape of football pitch is a rectangle. Let's rectangle. Yeah, angles are tangles of confusion. Playing field is a rec. Okay, very clever. Speak without restraint, contributing to indefensible tripe. Let rip. Aha. Okay, a court edict is an act. Many signs of hesitation, surrounded by common sense. That's nous. Numerous. Numerous. There we are. Numerous, many. Okay, this is timer. Make it less lacking courage is timid. Dim it. There we are. I knew there was something about dim there. That must be red, mustn't it? Red. Cared about. Tree is. Cedar, red cedar, I would think that is. Okay. Green site around African plains is the Serengeti. Wayward female leaves, obviously. Gosh, wayward female leaves, obviously. Of course. Why is that wayward female? Course is leaves. Fringe, ring is to circle. Okay. Suspect water vapour is associated with corrosion, which is rust. Suspect is to distrust. Dist, water vapour, is steam. Suspect, dirt. Distrust, dist, rust. Vapour is mistrust, mist, rust. There. Climbing mountain with sun and mother gives a bit of plasma. Okay, plasma. The Alps. Nice. Childhood in brambles periodically is a babe. B-A-B-E. Nice. Idol. Report of unknown play is greatly admired as an idol. Yep. Okay. Leaves it. Oh, what's this? Fellow with new. What's this? New bird. It must be a hen. He. N. Yeah. Okay. We got here. Person explaining underground conservative state. Person exploring underground conservative state. And this must be solicit. What do we got here? Where to purchase delicious buffet, i.e. pastries. Is that anagram, i.e. pastries? Where to purchase? Patisserie must be. I don't quite understand why yet. I'll come back to that. Patisserie. Okay. Just leaves these two. Glenn's manservant. Taking time off. Just need to lose. Glenn is a person exploring underground conservative state. Caver. Okay. And that must be a Vale, which is a valet. Yes, 6:20, even faster than yesterday. What a great... Wow, that's a change from the the previous slowies to 6:20. That's close to my top 10 times. Wow. Okay, let's go through that, because that kind of felt okay. So a person exploring underground is a caver. Conservative is C for conservative, and to state is to ava. Good word from crossword land, ava. Only place I've ever seen it. Right, it's an old chestnut. Elva left, and a breadwinner is an earner, which gives you a student, which is a learner. Sometimes it's the other way, which is learner becomes earner. But anyway, very is so. I'm very angry. I'm so angry. Legal is licit. To solicit is to petition. Make it less bright. Well, dim it then. On reflection, so dim it backwards gives you timid, which is lacking courage. Now, what have we done there? I can't tab around. I have to thing around. Where to purchase delicious? I don't quite understand this. Patisserie. I think it's anagram of pastries. I.e. pastries is 2, 4, 6, 8. I.e. is another 2. Buffet is to buffet, so mix, shake it up, move it around. Where to purchase delicious isn't really much of a definition in my book, but unless it's a bit of an all-in-one. Where to put, patisserie anyway. So it's an anagram of i.e. pastries. Buffet is your anagram indicator, and quite what the definition is exactly, I'm not sure. Circle. A circle is a ring in iron, so Fe is iron, the chemical symbol for iron, and the fringe is the border. Leader of union is a U aboard the public transport, which is a tram. Put get an A on the end from the clue, and a shock is a trauma. Ninth bloke is an anagram of on the blink. Badly is your anagram indicator, and failing is something that's on the blink. It works, it goes off and on. Endless shortage of water is a drought. Well, it's endless, so take the D and the T off of that, gives you rough, which is harsh. That's a bit rough, that's a bit harsh. An official is a steward. We've got an anagram of waste. Abandoned must be your anagram indicator next to RD for road. Notices Tony Arthur, entertaining country. So we've got the country of Estonia. Hidden word, as indicated by entertaining, across notices Tony Arthur. I'm not sure who Tony Arthur is. In my mind, it's a woman who used to be on in the kind of early 80s TV, but I would probably be completely wrong about that. Hmm, maybe I'm thinking of Toya, not sure. Um, I distribute cards, well, ideal, and ideal is perfect. On the downs, we've got the cost lettuce. We've got price is cost, that's definition. A lettuce is a cost lettuce, and truss's face is a T. Face of truss, the T from truss attached on the end. A glen is a vale. A manservant is a valet taking teeth time off. Valet becomes a vale. I like this one. The shape of a football pitch. Well, that is rectangular. Okay, is it rectangular or is it rectangle? Being really picky. Playing field is the rec, as in recreation ground, and introducing confusion. A confusion is a tangle. Another hidden word here, as I remember, going across indefensible tripe, which is let rip. Yeah, if you speak without restraint, then you let rip. Contributing to is your hidden word. Indicator. A is in the clue. Court is abbreviated to CT, which gives you an act, which is an edict. Many is numerous. Signs of hesitations, we've got and going into nous, which is N-O-U-S, surrounded by common sense. Common sense is nous, so put those two words into that. A Marxist is a red. Cared is an anagram of cedar, about is your anagram indicator, and a red cedar apparently is a tree. Speak a green site is an anagram of Serengeti. Around is your anagram indicator, and the Serengeti is an African plains. Wayward female leaves. Okay, if you're wayward, then you're off course. Take an F for female out of off course. It becomes of course, and of course is obviously. Suspect is something, if you suspect someone, you mistrust them. Water vapour is mist, and associated with corrosion, which is rust. Climbing mountains, we've got an Alp going upwards with S for sun, and mother is ma, gives you a bit of blood, which is plasma, part of the blood. Child is a babe, found in brambles, so the first, third, fifth and seventh letters of bramble balls gives you babe, periodically is saying take those odd letters. Report of an unemployed person, so someone who is unemployed is idle, spelled I-D-L-E. We've got a sound like here, so report of is your sound like indicator, and an idol, this way is someone who's greatly admired. And finally a fella is a he, with N for new, gives you a hen, which is a bird. Fellow with new bird. I think the fella, yeah, I mean there's not fellow, it's a fella. I think it's just saying it's a bit of a slangy way of saying hen for a bird and so on, to improve the service. So there we go, all done, 6:20. Wow, thanks for watching.